do from a specific business to everyday business. How would you feel about hosting poker for entrepreneurs? All right, I'm Carl Gray. This is the Friends with Businesses podcast, where you listen to my friends with businesses, and I know you're going to benefit. I'm here at the podcast summit, and I'm talking to
Claude Purches.
So, Claude, tell me about yourself and what you do.
So, I have a casino industry background, specifically in poker. I've been dealing poker, supervising poker, managing a poker room in Maryland. I won't name the poker room, but the best poker room in Maryland. I just recently left, and I'm chasing my own passions and dreams now. I love playing poker. I love giving that experience in the poker room, which I don't believe the casinos are allowing to shine through right now. Poker is kind of small in the casino industry. When it comes to table games and slots, they generate all the revenue. So I want to elevate the poker experience, building my own studio, and that's why I've created my own podcast, All In Society with Claude Purches.
All right, so personally, I enjoy poker. I'm not great at it. You know, I got hooked on it watching World Series of Poker, right?
Yes,
and this is
exactly.
great. And, you know, I bought the whole thing and like that. So tell me something that the normal everyday person who, again, only watches it on TV or maybe they play it at home, something that they don't know that can help them even get into it more, because it is fun.
Yes. So when you go to the casino and you play table games such as blackjack or craps, you're playing against the house. They have an edge. They have a business. They are not going to allow you to just win their money. When you go to the poker room, you're playing with individuals that don't have the same skill level as yourself if you dedicated your time. So that's where your advantage is. If you have basic math skills, most people don't utilize those math skills. They're just there to entertain themselves. So if you have those good concepts set up, you can make money, you can print money at a poker table.
So what you're saying is essentially poker is a meritocracy. To the best man wins.
Yes.
Okay. So what I like to do when I'm having these conversations is kind of bring what you do from a specific business to everyday business.
Yes.
So if you were talking to any entrepreneur, and I know everybody talks about poker face and all this type of stuff, so there are probably a bunch of things in that industry that could translate to anyone's business. Can you give me maybe one or two of those?
So specifically, the reason why I launched my podcast, because I follow EYL, Troy and Rashad, and they're huge on financial literacy. But I understand that there's still some folks that don't feel comfortable talking about stocks. The lingo, it's not lingo you can pick up easily. What I'm trying to do is build the game of poker, because poker I can teach you in an hour how to play poker. It's very easy to learn. Once I teach you that, you learn risk management, you learn bankroll management. You can utilize those skills once you get a little bit more comfortable and learn to invest in stocks, learn to invest in real estate. It really transform your life.
Oh man. Oh man. So that just hit me. Man. So one of the things I've recently discovered is that in our community we have a lot of problems, right? But not one of those problems have I found cannot be solved with an entrepreneurial solution.
100%.
Tell me about how you feel poker. Because I mean, again, you just talked about one about if you can learn poker, you can learn stocks and bonds. Give me something else. I need another bar, man. I need another solution.
So I believe when you have a cookout, everyone's talking about friends, family, whatever's going on in pop culture. But when you sit around a poker table, you're at the table, you're playing with chips. There's some people that are going to lose their chips real fast, and you can kind of say, hey, if you really watched your money and you really thought about this strategically, more than likely if you're spending your money like this, you're using your real money the same way. So you really just dig in deep, talk about those taboo conversations that we're really not talking about when we're getting together at the cookouts.
So, all right. Now, one of the things that I do on my podcast, and I know we're going a little bit longer than expected, is as we talk, I try to think of a way, of a new way to present your business, right? How would you feel about hosting poker for entrepreneurs?
Yes, so right now you mentioned the World Series of Poker.
Yes.
So everybody goes there. They went up this past summer in Las Vegas was the biggest World Series of Poker ever.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually moved from off the strip at the Rio Casino to on the strip. So organically it's going to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get more people that had no experience in poker whatsoever to jump in to the game. So now, instead of just having people enter tournaments and not win or lose, why don't you, if they do lose at the end of that event, you can teach them financial literacy. Let's not just take in the money, let's educate the people. If the casino's really about educating folks and making sure they're not spending more than they can, let's have some education either before the event or after the event. Make it a full experience.
So you're doing this.
That is my goal. I'm building my own studio. Having on live stream poker is huge on YouTube.
Yeah.
So when I build my own studios, you can come in, play with your friends and family. We'll live stream ourselves. Instead of, you have to be a high roller to get that experience right now. I want to give that experience for everyday folks.
How much is it gonna cost?
To leasing a studio, you're gonna need some help. But I believe that this movement is going to be impactful if I'm able to reach the folks that I need to reach.
Mm-hmm.
I believe everyone will get behind it because financial literacy in our community is lacking, and I believe this will push us forward.
All right, so I'm a business solutions architect. Here's my suggestion.
Okay.
This is what I would build if I were you, but I'm not you.
Yeah.
Management consultants do not make management decisions. We only make recommendations.
Okay.
What I would do is take it to their home. Say, I'll bring the equipment, I'll bring the skill set, I'll bring the cards, the chip, the dealer, create an experience in their home, reducing your costs.
Okay.
You know, and I will teach you financial literacy while I'm teaching you poker. Because what happens is you'll have adults who want to learn poker or want to learn financial literacy, but then they bring their kids in.
Okay.
And they want their kids to learn financial literacy. They'll say that's for the children. It's even for them too. But sometimes they're a little too ashamed.
Yes.
But they'll say, I just want to learn poker.
Yes.
So you take it to their homes and you charge whatever you feel the right price is
Okay.
until you get to that studio space. The demand will come for the studio space because what you want to first remember is what you're doing and why you're doing
Okay.
it. Your goal is to use poker to teach financial literacy. It does not matter where. You don't have to have all this stuff. Remove the barriers to entry.
Yes.
Like that's what we're doing here. We're removing the barriers to entry because people need what you have right now. Because my question was, how much is it? Because I know people I'd bring to it right now. Or you come to my house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? All right, we ain't far from each other.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'll bring my folks in. We get a poker game. We talk financial literacy, and everybody's mind is blown. And it's live stream, and they get the video of it, and they walking away with a handbook, and they doing all this. Let's make it happen, fam.
Let's make it happen.
All right now. Y'all, tell the people how to find you so we can make this rock.
You can find me on Instagram at all_in_CP2, or you can visit my website, www.allin.society.com.
Y'all, let's go all in.